Member Romero, are you there? That's him. Board Member Romero.
Hello, this is Juan. I'm sorry. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. Sit tight. We're going to start the meeting.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is a call to order for the Wednesday, September the 3rd, 2025 Policy and Human Resources Committee at 4:05. Mrs. Shope, could you do a roll call, please?
Tom Hankins. Juan Romero.
Present.
Brian Nichols.
Here.
All members are present except Tom Hankins.
Thank you, Mrs. Shope. Could I get an approval with the agenda?
So moved.
And I'll second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Could I get an approval of the minutes?
So moved.
I'll second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Mrs. Shope, do we have any public comment tonight?
I do not have any public comment.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the first item on the policy reviews is 3A, 453.1, Emergency Nursing Services for second reading. I will open it for, this is again, the second reading, so this is, we want to hopefully finalize this and move it to the full board for final reading. I'll open the floor for discussion. Board Member Romero, do you have anything to add or suggest?
I really don't. I'd like to motion to move it forward as written to the board.
Okay, I will second that. Is any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Move to the full board for final reading. Okay, next item, 3B, policy 345.1, Rule 1, for second reading. I will open that for discussion.
I move to move it forward to the full board for as written.
I'll second. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Move to the full board for final reading. The next item on the agenda is policy, or 3C, policy 141.1, board officer elections, first reading, and I will open that for discussion. Board Member
One second here,
Romero.
my machine's running a little slow here. Okay, so I'd like to see this come forward. I think it'll bring a lot of stability to the board. There's a lot going on as far as changes moving around, and I've done some research, and I'm looking at the National Association of School Boards and a couple other locations, similar organizations that state the stability in the leadership of the school board will definitely enhance the performance of the school board. Now, there's plenty of other districts in Wisconsin that have, and again, just from personal experience, meeting and talking with a lot of them from the summer conference that I went to. They've been in their positions for 10, 15, 20 years in some cases. Lots of longevity, lots of long-term growth there. However, our district is different in the sense that we do have a lot of diversity coming around, of course, and there's a lot of movement here as well. So to keep it fresh, I can understand why they would put something in their limitation to have the position be a certain amount of time. However, I think 2 years might be a little too short. If you don't put any limitation in there, everything could be stagnant. So putting limitation, I can understand, does allow for some kind of fresh eyes, so to speak. I'll put it in there, or fresh blood to be able to refresh everything, because sometimes things be stagnant, and we cannot be stagnant in this district, absolutely, because, of course, Beloit is unique. It's a gem in its own, and we have to think about that as far as that goes. So I believe 5 years would be a pretty good time frame. The national, I think NASB, one of those two, they did state that it takes the first year and a half for the position to kind of learn your spot, learn the role, and then it takes the next year or two. It takes the next year or two to everything have been settled in already and get things rolling, build the foundation and everything, and then a couple years after that would be just the fine tuning. That can even taking place in year 3, depending on how well and cohesive the board works together. But that would allot an opportunity for the board to have good leadership. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to be. It's a 5-year. You're elected once and then you're good for 5 years. No, there was same thing happens. Same statute happens. You still vote every year for the offices. So it's not like you're locking into something for the first year. You get voted and you're there for 5. No, you could be voted out the next year. But if let's say, for example, you're voted in for 5 years straight, year number 6 comes around, you're not eligible. You have to take a year off. That's where that fresh opportunity comes in. And then after that, if the board chooses to elect you back in, you would be eligible for running for that position again.
Okay. I am of the opinion that 5 is a little too long. I'm not adverse to making a change, but I feel like 5 is a little too long. I would
3. We could try 3.
Well, okay, that's where I was going to go. Is I think 3 would be a more reasonable number. And again, it all depends. It all depends, as you so eloquently explained, that it's still based on the election every year. There's an election every year when we do our organization meeting. So I would anyway. I'll open it up to Dr. Garrison. Do you have any thoughts or ideas on that?
One of the things I think with the board presidency is very similar to in any other position. You do want some stability in the seat, naturally. I do believe 3 makes, to me, in lines with your own election cycles as well. So if you come on a board in 3 years and then naturally you can become the president, as our president did, and she stays for 3. Mm-hmm. She could be president for 3. However, that's a decision that the board makes, as mentioned in the policy, right, when it comes to the elections opportunity at the end of each year. So I think 3 is a better space. So I'm in agreement with you on that.
Okay. And again, it would each year of the election is going to determine who's the president. So it's not going to be the policy's not going to dictate that. Well, policy is, but not that policy. So anyway, okay. So having said that, Ms. Board Member Ramiro, do you have a motion?
This is for the first reading right now, correct?
Yes, correct.
Well, if we could still have discussion here, what is your opinion to maybe move this as the final reading to bring it up to full board? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're only going to deal with the first reading today, second reading at our next meeting, and then ultimately the final reading will go to the full board. So, and we don't have we don't have a full committee here tonight anyway. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I'd like to motion to move this forward for second reading for the next meeting.
At what number? Board Member Romero, at what number are you the motion as written, or are you making a change?
Yes. No. The motion is written. Sorry. I'm sorry. Can I motion to amend it to 3 years and send it for second reading at 3 years? And also was the parliamentarian portion removed?
That's
I
yes.
remember
Yes.
I was looking at that, and then
Yes, we already covered that a few weeks back.
okay.
Back in May, actually.
Okay, good. That's because I thought I saw it on there when I looked at it, and I thought it still said it. So, okay, yes, yeah, I'd like to motion to amend, and instead of 5, have it say 3 years, and move it for second reading.
Okay, I'll second. Any additional discussion from anybody? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Mrs. Shope, I didn't clarify with you. You got that motion, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, motion, we'll move back to the policy committee for second reading at the next policy meeting. Okay, the next item up is for human resources. Is there any reason to go into closed session, first of all?
I don't have any.
Okay, then we'll move on to 4B, Human Resources, Exhibits A. And I will open that. Is there any discussion or clarification needed? Could I get a motion to approve Exhibit A?
I'm sorry, 1 second. My machine's acting up here. Just 1 second, please.
Okay.
I don't have anything. I'd like to motion to I'd like to approve and send it for approval to the full board.
I'll second. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. We'll move to the full board for approval at the next full board meeting. Wow. Okay, the next meeting date tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, October the 1st at 2025 at 4 p.m. Could I get a motion to adjourn?
Before I do so, I'd like to say I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve on this committee with you, Mr. Nichols. And if Mr. Hankins was around, let him the same thing. I greatly appreciate it. I've learned from you guys, and thank you so much. I'd motion to adjourn.
Okay, well, now it's my turn. Mr. Romero, you've been an amazing board member for a short time, but I got to know you, when you were campaigning and running your campaign, and worked with you now, and we understand your reasoning, and we send you to back west with Godspeed for you and your family there and here, and thank you for all the contributions you've made to the city, to the community, to the school district, and certainly to the school board. And we wish you nothing but success. And I think I'd be safe in saying if you decide you want to come back to Beloit, Wisconsin, we would receive you with open arms. So,
Absolutely, thank you.
Having said that, I'll second the motion. And all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 4:21. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.